everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Feel free to follow me on social media. I have links in the description below. I'm on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I am on Pinterest even. I just post my art. No political opinions, no opinions of any kind. Just my art. So if you'd like to look at, you feel free to follow me there. I post about twice a week or so. Post some drawings and whatever. Do have a comic book out there that I'm working that's free to look at and have it there. I've also have links in the description below to the Marvel database slash fan site slash wiki where there's a plot synopsis and who the characters are and a bunch of other stuff. So we're going to be looking at Spider-Man 2099 number 4. I have already covered 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to check them out if you would like. You can use the little search in the history and should be able to find them there. So again, 1, 2, and 3 have already been covered. So now we're going to do number 4. This is written by one of my favorite writers, Peter David. I know some people don't like him. He uses a lot of comedy, if per se, but he also writes a lot of serious stuff. So he toes that line between everything's a joke to we gotta be serious. So what we start here is Gabriel, who is Miguel's brother, and Miguel is of course Spider-Man 2099. If you didn't know, he's got his car parked to make out with his new girlfriend Casey. So she wants to know why he's not taking her home. He basically says he wants to seize the moment. She tells him if anybody comes and embarrasses her, she'll kill him. And then suddenly you can see this sword here hits the top of the car, almost slicing them. And he says, "What the shock?" Which, of course, shock, you can tell what it's a synonym for. And so says this dude here says that he's to accompany her immediately. This, of course, is the person from the beginning called the Specialist. So, and she slips out. Of course, Gabriel's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" All that kind of stuff. And she takes off and runs for a little bit, but then he gets her and doesn't want any resistance from Gabriel, and then pins him to the wall and carries her out. So Al Williamson is the inker on this. If you can see, and Al Williamson, rest in peace. So Rick Leonardi is the penciler, and I think we're gonna get into the credits here. So here we have Miguel O'Hara, who is our Spider-Man of 2099. We're in his apartment. He's being grabbed by a member of the public eye. In the description below, like I said, you can kind of see who and what everything is. And here we have our credits. It's the inking by Al Williamson is normally not this messy, but I do like it. Very kinetic, very Bill Sienkiewicz style. When you see Bill Sienkiewicz ink something, it sort of looks like this. And so this public eye is like a entourage, like how would we say, bodyguards for Tyler Stone, who is the head of Alchemax. Again, look through 1 through 3. If you're a little confused as to what's going on, I have 1 through 3, like I said, available. I've already covered them. Tyler basically wants to bury the hatchet with Miguel from all their problems they've had before. course, Lila appears and says, "Oh, you weren't in Miguel's social calendar. Would you like uh, refreshment?" And Tyler's a little impressed. Um, so these two, of course, don't like each other very much. Um, so and you can find out, like I said, in the wiki site. He does not know that Miguel is Spider-Man, and he wants to bury the hatchet because he basically doesn't want to fight Spider-Man and Miguel at the same time, and thinks Miguel will help him against Spider-Man. So here Miguel kind of goes crazy and dispatches everybody, but of course it was just him daydreaming about all that. This is the drug that he's addicted to, courtesy of Tyler Stone. He injected him with it and says basically that he'll give him more. Tells him he'd like for him to go back to work in the morning. So, and on the way out, gives him the the Rapture, and he thinks that Aaron Delgado is the Spider-Man. So it's pretty cool. He doesn't suspect that it's actually Miguel here who is Spider-Man. Again, very messy, sort of with the inking. Um, Not your typical Al Williamson work that he did, but toward the end, he just kind of developed this bit of a messy style. So, but I think it fits just well. So now we're in Latveria, who is the kingdom of Doctor Doom. We don't know if this is actually the original Doctor Doom or if it's somebody else being Doctor Doom. They never tell us. It's so we always just assume that it's Victor Von Doom finding a way. It could either be a robot or whatever who found a way. So basically, Doctor Doom was reviewing these footages and just finds it peculiar that his return was followed with that of Spider-Man, and decides he wants to look more into this. And so then we're back in New York, or Nueva York, as it's called here. And so Miguel is going back, and he's wearing his costume underneath his dress because he doesn't know if he'll need it. And then he is learning how to control these talons and flatten them so that he doesn't shred everything. And so he also figured that since Stone is afraid of Spider-Man, he decided maybe he can use his powers to be able to stick it to him, at least until he can find a way to cure himself. So he leaves to go into the office, but finds his brother Gabriel in here, who's gonna tell him everything that happened the previous day. And this is, of course, a double page splash, which is why in here it's looking like this. So I always tell everybody, just in case this is the first time, I own everything that I show people. I just choose digital as a better way to show them rather than just putting issues here and just flipping them. It's just easier to show a digital version of it. So I do have the original issues that I am showing you. So all right. So like I said, kind of what was going on is telling about Casey here. So Miguel is now at work. So this is Alchemax, who, if you've watched the Spider-Man movie that just came out with Into the Spider-Verse or something, that's the kind of the big bad. So he goes into meeting with Tyler Stone, and when Stone asks Miguel why he's wearing sunglasses, he explains to them that the Rapture has made his eyes light sensitive. So, and then he asked Tyler why he thinks it's Aaron Delgado who's Spider-Man, and then he's told that they should discuss this further in his office. So elsewhere here we have Casey Nash here, who's Gabriel's girlfriend. She's demanding to know why Public Eye has arrested her, and she's told that she's being tried for terrorism, essentially. So Tyler again wants to know why he suspects Delgado of being Spider-Man. Tyler says Aaron was there the night that Spider-Man first appeared, and he's vanished since then. And it just looks like it was you. It can't be just a foolish coincidence. So, and then Miguel, of course, knows that Aaron died. And if you go through the issues that I already covered, you can, if you've missed it, you can go back in there. And so Aaron Delgado is dead. So here, you can see Stopper. She's grabbed a gun off the guard, and here's Casey. And so Tyler says shoot her, and she goes and shoots the guard here. She goes to take that little thing here. She doesn't know that Tyler and him are not friends, but she doesn't know that's here. And she squeezes his arm so hard that the webbing came off, and she's gonna use him as a as a as a shield. And when security comes, they all kind of get stuck or trip on the webbing. Real quick here, you can see these lines. He's just Al Williamson, instead of doing the feathering, he's just kind of using this big line, and he's not blacking the insides. So it's very weird to see that kind of part. Todd McFarlane does that a little bit once in a while, but yeah, when you look at this feathering, you just don't see him closing it in black. So when she asks his name, he says it's Miguel O'Hara, and of course, oh, you're Gabe's slimeball brother. And this is the part that I always say, the jokes in the slime. And so they basically go their own way, so she won't be using them as a hostage. And so Miguel, of course, sees this big shadow here, which is, of course, the specialist who is going to pursue her. And he, of course, is going to have to do something about it. And so he is going to go and change. I really do like this costume. I think Rick Leonardi is perfect for this. Other than a few fill-in issues that he had on Uncanny X-Men, there's really not too much of him. I think he did the Cloak and Dagger, did a couple, the mini series. He did the first mini series, but Rick Leonardi deserves more work, even these days. So he's going after the specialist to kind of fight, because you got to have fights, because it is still a comic book, and Marvel doesn't just do drama all the time. You got to have some action in every issue. I think Peter David is really good at that. So, all right. So we got and completed our 4th issue here. So we ended in a bit of a cliffhanger. Or is our hero going to die just 4 issues into his own series? So I guess we'll have to find out. So Spider-Man 2099, number 4 by Peter David and Rick Leonardi and Al Williamson from 1992. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.